Hey babes, so I got a comment this week, a request for a video that I thought, yeah, let's do it. Somebody asked me, they said, Abby, I'm going on my first date this weekend. What should I know? And I thought, this is perfect. I just wrapped up my teen dating course, and so dating is on my mind. And so I thought, yes, let's talk about how to plan your first date and also like what to expect on your first date. Because for a lot of teens, I guess all teens, this is when you have your first date, whether that's your first date ever or your first date with this person. It can be a little nerve-wracking. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of not only how to plan it, if that's something that you're doing, or like kind of what to expect as you go about getting ready for your first date ever. Okay, so most of you I know on my channel are my luscious, beautiful babes, and so you're not going to be planning the date, but I still think that this tip helps, and that is to have a plan. So the person that requested this video, they were a young man, and they're like, I don't even know what to do. My advice, I told them, I said, whatever you do is have a plan, because for the majority of teenagers, your first date is typically somebody that you've been flirting with. And so maybe there's a little bit of chemistry already there. And so it can be really tempting to just ask them on a date to let's go to the mall together. Let's go do this together. And it can be really ambiguous. And so have a plan. Nail down what you want to do on that activity, when you'll pick that person up, when you're going to drop them off, and what exactly you're going to do. Even if it's a date as casual as let's go to the mall together. Still plan out when you'd grab them, what you're gonna do, snack you're gonna grab at the mall, and when you're gonna be done. And I talk about this in my teen dating course a ton, but make sure your date has an ending. Now, my ladies who have been asked on their first date, you can still have a plan. And make sure you know the plan for the date. So ask your date, sweet, when are you picking me up? What are we doing? What activities are we doing? What should I be prepared for? Because you want to be planned and informed about your date. And that's going to help you with this second tip, which is plan your outfit. For reals, that's a real tip that I have for you when it comes to your first date, because one, it's going to take away some of the pressure of just the nerves and the butterflies, because you're going to plan your outfit and have this super cute outfit that you have put together. And I even have a whole outfit planning guide for you in my teen course, but it's really important to make sure that you're dressed appropriately for the date. So talk to your date enough to know what kind of shoes should I wear? What kind of activities are we doing? And that can help inform your outfit. Also, I feel like when you can plan out your outfit, it helps take away some of the mystery of the date of just hey, I'm gonna wear this cute outfit, we're gonna go to the mall, and your brain can start to process it. I know that sounds so weird, but for your first date, you're just so nervous. So I would plan out all those details. I'd make sure that if you are going on this date with a young man, that you've got your purse prepped and ready to go with a granola bar and your cell phone charged and a little bit of money just in case. So be sure that you're prepared in that sense, especially when it comes to your first date, because you just don't want anything unexpected to happen. So I always had chapstick, money, my wallet, and my phone, a tampon, and what else? Oh, I'd always have some kind of food, whether that was nuts or granola bar, because the worst is when this cute young man, because it's his first date or he's really young, makes this date drag on for forever or doesn't get you food when you thought there would be food. And I would get headaches or you get hangry. So it's just good to always have a little bit of food just in case. So whether you are planning this date or you are just the one going on this date, it's so important to assess the possibilities. Now, here's an example. So in this comment, they said they were gonna just go to the mall. So the assessing the possibilities for that date are, well, what shops do we want to go to? How long are we going to be there? Do we want to grab a treat at the mall? Am I buying her dinner at the, is it called a cafeteria? What's the food court? Food court. Are we going to stop at the food court? Is there an activity at the mall that we can go do? Is there something to go see? And it's also really important to assess the possibility of What if we're bored? What if it's really awkward to shop around because I do, it's like, what are we gonna do? And are we planning on buying stuff? Or are we not? Like, think through all those things about your date, especially if you're planning it. Like, what's the possibilities if you're planning an outdoor date? Okay, what if it rains? Okay, what would we do? What if this happens? What would I do? Now, the same is true on the flip side if you're going on your very first date, of just assessing the possibilities of, you know, you've asked them about your date, and so you want to make sure that you have like a jacket, because what if you get cold? You want to make sure that you're prepared, that somebody knows where you are and that you're safe. You want to make sure that you have thought through like what potentially could we be doing. So if you were asked, the girl on this side, like, okay, I'm just going to take you to the mall, you know, you might want to think through your head like, okay, well, I'll probably just follow his lead, but like maybe we could stop at this store because it has stuff for both of us. I don't know. The first date can feel so scary, but it's really not. It's just hanging out. It's just having fun. And if you're your fun, wonderful, sweet, charming self, it's not going to be that scary. Okay, this tip is so important. Don't plan on too much romance. Yes. Now, okay, I know that there's like the whole scale of this. There's going on a date with just a guy who's your friend, or somebody barely knows your first date. And then there's also going on a date with this guy that you way liked for forever, and now you're old enough to date, or it's your first time going on a date with this guy, but you still like have been flirting it up, and there's like a lot of potential there. I still would say don't plan on a lot of romance for your first date. So I'm old school. I don't believe in kissing somebody before like your third date. But I also just think that when it comes to a first date, if you're like, well, is he gonna kiss me? Is he gonna hold my hand? It's like so much pressure. So just take it in stride, take it, you know, read off of their cues, but I wouldn't plan on making big moves. I wouldn't plan on, you know, kissing them the first time or holding their hand the first time. I would just plan on like having a good time and focusing on being a really great date. Now, if it comes really naturally and like he grabs your hand and you're totally for that, like go for it. But I think there's a lot of value in building up to like a really fun first kiss. I think there's a lot of value in pacing out your relationship, because if your first date, like if it's your first date ever and you're already like, well, what if you kissed me? I mean, that is just so much pressure. So let's just like take it slow and just focus more on being a great date and having a great time versus like, is he gonna kiss me? Is he not? Do I want him to? Do I not? Let's just push that off to later when we're feeling more comfortable, when we also aren't just so freaked out about the figuring out the date itself, so that we can give the relationship and that physicality its time to process in our brain. So right now, let's just focus on having a good time. Let's just focus on getting to know this individual better and being flirty and cute and fun, but not expecting too much when it comes to the world of romance. Okay, babe, those are some tips to help you out with either planning or going on your first date. And so I am wishing you the best of luck. I know that on my first date, I'll tell you this little story. So my first date ever, I went with my friend, and we were just friends, which was great, but he was super cute and super nice. And so had he been into me, it would have been like a little bit more of a crush date. But I was just friends, and I remember he picked me up, and we've been friends for like years, like junior high on, and I called him the wrong name. Like I was so nervous, it just came out the wrong name. And I remember being so embarrassed about that. But because I had followed these other steps, I just focused on having a great time, and I knew the plan for the date. Like I was able to get over my nerves and embarrassment of calling him the wrong name to just go and have a great time. So I'm wishing you the best of luck. I hope that when it comes to your dates, you can review this, especially when it comes to first dates with a new person, right? We only have one first date for our whole life, but we have tons of first dates with different people. So I know that these tips will help you out. If you are looking for more, especially when it comes to more knowledge about dating for teenagers, check out my course. It's called Dating Queen Academy. It's on my website, abbywinslow.com. And subscribe for more videos just like this that are going to teach you how to master young adulthood, especially focusing on high school and beyond. So wishing you the best of luck, babe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Abby J out.